Welcome back to The Underlining Purpose. Buffalo State University hockey coach Stephen Murphy, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me today.
Coach Murphy, what made you become a hockey coach?
I wasn't ready to leave the game yet. Obviously just my background and something that I did for 20 years. Just felt very passionate about the sport. And then obviously having my dad that had coached in college hockey and a little bit of pro hockey as well, it was, I think for me, it was just, I wanted to stay. When I first got into it, obviously never would have envisioned, where I'm at today. But yeah, I think just the love for the game of hockey that I have. I enjoy showing up to the rink every day. I enjoy getting to, spend the hours at the rink with the guys that we have on our team and my staffs.
I would like to congratulate you and your coaching staff for being named SUNYAC Co-Coaching Staff of the Year of 2025 season.
Thank you.
Second time in this institution's history.
Yeah, no, it was. It's a cool honor, but I think there's a lot that goes into it just with our team, and a lot that our guys accomplish on the ice. So I feel like obviously coaching staff maybe gets the honor, but I feel like it's kind of a whole team honor. So just proud of our group and what they were able to accomplish this year, and I kind of see this as a team award.
Coach Murphy, tell me a little bit about Alaska and what life was like growing up as Stephen Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different place. It's an outdoor place, obviously. A lot of wildlife, a lot of mountains. It's like any other place. Gets pretty cold in the wintertime. Nothing too different than Buffalo. But yeah, it's you have to enjoy the outdoors, the hunting and the fishing, hiking. If you don't enjoy that, then you're probably not going to enjoy Alaska. But it's pretty remote. Yeah, obviously it's home for me, and miss it. But I've enjoyed my time here in Buffalo as well.
So, Coach, please describe a little bit more about your childhood growing up in Alaska.
Obviously we were a hockey family. My dad played and coached hockey. Me and my brother grew up playing hockey and started when we were probably 3 or 4 skating. Played our youth hockey through really high school in the state of Alaska, traveled all over in the lower 48 in Canada when we were growing up just to play in games and tournaments. It's again, it's like being from there. There's a lot of people that it's on their bucket list to go tour, or to go visit, right? It's obviously it's an awesome place, and I love being able to say that I'm from a place like Alaska.
And which part of Alaska would that be?
Yeah, so we grew up in Fairbanks. That's about the second biggest city there. And then when I was a freshman in high school, I ended up moving down to Anchorage, which is the biggest city there. And that was more so for hockey. So I moved out of my house at a pretty early age in freshman year in high school. My family still lived in Fairbanks. I moved down to Anchorage to play and finish out the rest of my youth hockey. And then when I left or graduated high school to play junior hockey, my whole family moved down to Anchorage so my brother could begin his, further his hockey career in Anchorage before he went on to play juniors as well.
You have been in 7 SUNYAC playoffs in 9 seasons since you have started as head coach here at Buffalo State University. You have earned over 116 career wins since 2013. Since your tenure as coach, including 3 SUNYAC Herb Herman Player of the Year, 3 SUNYAC Rookie of the Year, and 4 SUNYAC Goaltenders of the Year. Now, with all those accomplished accolades, Coach, as you look back at your humble beginnings, did you ever imagine having such a career that is admired and respected among your peers in the SUNYAC Conference hockey?
No, probably not. I don't. A lot of the individual stuff is, maybe more meaningful for me than some of the personal stuff. Just helping guys achieve what they've been able to achieve. We've had some we've had some fantastic hockey players come through this program, and there's plenty of guys that just, for whatever reason didn't get recognized. But yeah, we've been very fortunate just to have a lot of great student athletes, a lot of great, a lot of great players accomplish some amazing things on the ice, and so I'm obviously happy to be just a small part of some of those accomplishments. At the end of the day, I'm not the one that's stopping the puck or putting the puck in the net, and those guys are having a ton of individual success, and that in return helps our team have success. So, we obviously have a plan for developing our players. We believe it's working just based on what we've been able to accomplish individually over the past, handful of years. We're still chasing that team championship. And again, I'm hoping that we get there sooner rather than later. But as far as an individual standpoint, we believe we've done a great job just, one, recruiting guys that can come in here and accomplish those things, but then obviously helping them get to, I think, where they want to go to on the ice and in the classroom as well.
If there was one thing that someone was watching this interview could take away from our conversation today, what would you want that to be?
I just think that that this is a special place, and what we've been able to accomplish over the 10 years is no easy feat, and just that all the players, all the coaches, everyone in the athletic department that's helped contribute to our success, it doesn't go unnoticed, and it's obviously very much appreciated by me. All the hard work and the long hours that everybody puts in. We love every single one of the guys that have ever stepped foot through this program and has helped contribute to that success.
I'm Jeff Ventura, officer in charge of athletics. Coach Murphy is really what he's done is stabilized our men's hockey program and made them a consistent competitor in the SUNYAC and in the region. It took some time for the program to get its footing. Coach Murphy took over. It was seamless, and the program has remained at that level consistently as one of the competitors in the SUNYAC year in and year out. And there are no easy games for opposition in the Buffalo State Ice Arena under Coach Murphy.
What is your approach to recruiting, training, and conditioning your players?
And we've had players from all over the world. We've had players from Russia, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Belarus. Like we've had players from everywhere. So for us, obviously we recruit a lot of kids in-state and state of New York. But I would say half of our team is made up of kids, or maybe more than half of our team is made up from kids from out of state. So we really go everywhere, and we're looking for guys that are obviously good students, good people, and most certainly good hockey players. So it's a long process, and you put a lot of time and money and resources into bringing the guys that we have here. And ultimately you're just trying to build your culture and build your program the right way. I would say, once they get here and we get into, training our guys, we're pretty hard on them. We're trying to train them harder than what they're going to see in games. And, I think for us, what is our competitive advantage? And I think one of the things that we pride ourselves is working longer and harder than everyone else, and trying to get a one-up on our competition. So, I would say that we push them, pretty hard. But obviously know when they need to, or we need to pull back, and they need some rest as well.
What do you believe are some of your core values as a hockey coach that you have applied since day one?
Well, we really have three words that are on our practice plan, and it's effort, attitude, and preparation. And I think those are really the three big things that you can control on a daily basis. You have a choice of whether you want to put the effort in, whether that's in the classroom or on the ice. Yeah, I think those are the three things that we try to live by, and that we try to instill into our guys. Really, it's just sitting down and getting to know the players. I think you start that in the recruiting process. Getting to know what makes them tick. What's the right way to approach or to coach them, and I think that continues obviously on early into the year. And we meet with our guys on a regular basis, and always checking up on them. And it's not always about hockey; it's a lot of times it's school and life, and just checking in to see how they're going. So I think it's just showing showing that you're on the same team as them and that you care. And I think if you take the time to do that, then you'll get buy-in pretty quick.
With that said, could you describe your coaching style?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'd say the one word to describe it is honest. I'm going to tell guys, maybe what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. I think there's a time and a place to obviously, push guys or to try to pull a little bit more out of them. And there's a time and a place where, maybe you've got to stay away or put your arm around their back, right? And I think it's all a feel thing. Again, I think if when we lay it out for our guys, if they're handling their attitude, effort, and preparation, then things are going to go pretty good for them. So, I'd just say I'm pretty direct and pretty honest. And, sometimes that maybe comes off as tough love. But, I think if you sit down and show them some love first and show them you care about them, then guys will respond no matter which way you coach them.
I'm Marcus Cumberworth.
I'm Vadim Kirikov.
And we play for the Buffalo State Bengals.
What is this coaching style like?
You want to go?
I mean, he's really tough on us, so I love that part about him, honestly. When some of the coaches would say, let it go, let it go. No, Murphy's on the point. It's all about business, get the things get done right way, and pretty much it.
Murph really lets us know when we're doing things wrong or right as well. He's hard on us when he needs to be, but he's also super supportive of our team when he needs to be and really lifts us up when we're doing good. I'd say hard work and work ethic, that's a major one.
The other one I would probably say is brotherhood for sure. We're not just a team, we're a family here. That's what's important.
Right, and you guys had a fantastic season, I believe, making it to the semifinals. Now you are a junior.
Sophomore.
You're a sophomore,
Yeah.
and you're
Also sophomore.
sophomore.
Yeah.
So for the last 2 years, what has it been like in regards to being on the road with the coach?
It's just business-wise. Everything is strict to the point. I mean, obviously, we're not like a soldiers or anything like this, but at the same time, just get the right stuff done. Don't be late, be on the time, and it's all about just respect. If you respect others, you got to respect yourself. Be on the time, and
Yeah, I agree. Hockey in general is a very respect-first sport, and Coach Steve Murphy really amplifies that. He makes sure we're all dressed nice enough, and then when it comes down to game time and we're on the road, he makes sure we're all ready and prepared, even though it's sometimes very long trips. He makes sure that we're ready to go.
What was your recruiting like, and why did y'all decide to come to Buffalo State University?
Well, Buffalo State offered me the best opportunity to play as a young goalie coming in, which is super important. So, talking with Steve Murphy and our assistant coach, Doc, they really helped me see that Buffalo State was the best place for me to go.
Is there anything you guys want to say personally to the coach in regards to how you feel, your gratitude, and so forth?
Well, yeah, Steve's been a great coach for us. Obviously, he won most winningest coach in Buff State history this year, which was huge.
Coach, you have excelled at winning more games in SUNYAC D3 semifinal in its overall history.
We play in a hard conference, so it's tough to get to the semifinals every year. But ultimately, you want to win a SUNYAC championship, and we've fallen a little bit short there. So there's still work to kind of for us to be done. And we're hoping, sooner rather than later, we can get over that semifinal hump and win a SUNYAC championship.
Thank you so much, Coach Murphy, for being a fantastic role model and inspiring all your hockey players. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed the interview, and thanks for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Thank you so much for tuning in to The Underlining Purpose, and I hope you enjoyed our featured interview with Buffalo State University's head coach, Stephen Murphy. Please don't forget to hit the notification, like, and subscribe.